Hi there, hope you're having a good day and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to take a look at the newest version of the Nike outlet shoe, another solid performer under $100, the KD Trey 510. So just in case you're not familiar with this line, the KD Trey 5 is Kevin Durant's budget line with Nike. Like seriously, if you go to the Nike outlet, you'll typically find a bunch of the older models of these on sale. With the exception of PGs, all of Nike's signature athletes have a much cheaper and sort of like a takedown model. Out of those, the KD Trey 5s have been one of the more consistent product lines that Nike has to offer, in my opinion. And let's get right into some details and how these guys perform on the court. This is what the box looks like, wave patterns with the KD logo centered on top. On the first look, this is a mid to high top shoe. They look very similar to the previous version, the Trey 5.9s. The biggest change is the addition of the strap on the upper. And the Nike swoosh is actually part of the strap. Does it really help with the lockdown and stability? To be honest, not really, but it's a super thin strap, not a TPU or like a hard plastic piece. Doesn't add much weight to the shoe at all, so I don't mind it. The rest of the upper is a very standard mesh material. Has a Roman numeral 10 and KD's number 7 on the tongue, some thin textile netting on the toe area. It says Nike Renew on the heel, so the tech featured is Renew along with Zoom Air. If you have the previous version, the midsole and traction pattern is basically identical to the Trey 5.9s. The grooves don't feel like the most sturdy out there, so keep that in mind if you're planning to use these outdoors. And some good things about them is, one, the collar area has some nice and plush feeling, so much better than other budget shoes with little to no ankle padding or softness. And two is that in terms of weight, they're really light, at only 365 grams for my size 10.5 pair. To give you a reference, that's pretty much the same weight as the Kyrie Low 5, which is one of the lightest hoop shoes out there. As to how the KD Trey 510 performs, the cushioning is better than I expected actually. I would consider them a soft and responsive setup, especially for a budget shoe. The best thing about them is the nice curve shape of the outsole. You get a smooth transition from front to back. The midsole is pretty thick, so there's some decent compression. The traction works pretty well, not like top tier in terms of getting you to a very hard stop, but it certainly gets the job done. They can be squeaky at times, but not very consistent. One good thing is that the outsole really doesn't pick up much dust. I've played in them in 2 different courts so far, both very dusty indoor gyms, and dust pickup was not an issue and it's easy to wipe off too. With the fit, these are true to size. That's what I went with, and I had no issues or anything particular to note about sizing. The shoes are about normal width, so if you're a wide footer, they should allow you more room in the toe area compared to the new KD 15s. But that also brings a concern, which is the way they contain your feet for like lateral movements, especially if you make a lot of hard twists and turns on the court. Given the thin materials, if you want a really good lockdown and tight wrap around your feet, these are not the best option because I felt like my toes were moving around quite a bit in there. So stability is a downside, but not a huge problem. Just if you value this aspect the most, these are not going to give you the best support. So that's all for this quick video on the newest KD Trey 5s. Hopefully I got to most of the things that you want to know. It's a good budget shoe with decent performance, and they remain consistent with the Trey 5 line in general. As always, if you have any questions or video requests, please let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.